Here's the summary. Turner comes into the game. He wants to bro down. That's his plan. He quickly links up with Pooch, and he turns down an offer from Michael and Brittany to work with them. He gets into a bro alliance with Pooch and Daniel, then a bigger one with the rest of the guys minus Michael and Terrence. He also bonds with Alyssa early on and a little bit with Terrence. His bro thing lasts all of a couple days before Monty tells the real power structure in the house about it. And just like that, Turner and Pooch are at the bottom with Taylor, the person they worked so hard to try to take out in the first week. In week 2, Turner operates all week long under the assumption that Pooch will stay and makes zero social progress. When Pooch is blindsided, Turner's game is all but ended until he wins HOH in week 3. And the bestie twist is implemented. And at first, it looks like he's going to be manipulated into taking out Taylor. But then Kyle comes in and gives him the lowdown on what's really happening. They form the Pound, the bro alliance Turner had been searching for all along. The Pound was the true bro alliance in our hearts. From there, they create the Leftovers, and Turner is happy to follow their lead. In what I genuinely think was the best move of his game, Turner takes a public stand against the Taylor bullying in his veto renom speech, winning the respect of a house that had previously regarded him as a bit of an outcast. Because of this speech, because he stood up, he won so much respect in the game, and it forced people to come to him, and his relationships thrived because of it. He shores up some of those relationships, including Alyssa and Terrence, and works on people within the Leftovers. Things are looking much better for Turner at this point in the game. Then he kind of goes back to not doing as much. In week 4, Monty wins the HOH, and the Leftovers eventually start pitching that Alyssa should leave. Turner doesn't like the plan, but he gives into it. Afterwards, he vents to Kyle about it, and they make a final 2. Turner still wants to go to the end with the Pound, but now he has his person within the Pound. In week 5, Michael wins the HOH, and Turner kind of just chills. He tells the cameras, I don't really have any idea what I'm doing. In week 6, Taylor wants to nominate him as a pawn, which he was not cool with. Then there's another push to evict Alyssa, which he also wasn't cool with. This damages his relationship with Taylor to the extent that he wants her out again, once they hit 7 at least. Despite the tension in the alliance, Turner does not catch on to the fact that Kyle is trying to recruit him to his resistance. In week 7, Terrence picks him to go outside with him because he's one of the few people that he feels okay with. Turner, however, fails to influence Terrence in any way and ends up on the block against Joseph when Alyssa talks Terrence out of nominating her, and then Kyle outs the Leftovers and talks him out of nominating him. Turner quickly flips on Joseph and the Leftovers to side with Kyle and maintain his safety. He joins up with the after party and is ready to go to war. In week 8, Turner wins HOH again and finds himself strife with indecision. He promises everyone safety, and again, Kyle has to direct him to the correct conclusion. He ends up needlessly blindsiding the other side, only to have his target win the veto. Then Michael drops the Cookout 2.0 stuff on him, and after some convincing, decides to take out his closest ally, Kyle. To replace Kyle, he makes a final 2 deal with Monty, which is a pretty solid move as long as he's not going to actually be loyal to him, which... In week 9, Michael wins HOH and veto, and when Brittany approaches Turner with an opportunity to work together again, he again turns her down and rats her out to Monty, this time instead of Pooch, telling Monty that they should work with Michael instead. For a few days, they're locked in with Michael before Monty turns around again and tells him that he wants Michael out. During the double eviction, Turner wins HOH, Monty wins veto, and after some prodding, Turner is convinced to take the shot at Michael, and Michael leaves. In week 10, Monty wins the HOH and Brittany wins the veto. Monty turns Turner more against Taylor, trusts Turner more than Taylor and leaves him off the block. This trust is rewarded when Turner fails to take an opportunity to vote Taylor out and again needlessly blindsides his ally Alyssa. In week 11, Taylor wins HOH and Monty wins the veto. Monty evicts Brittany and Turner is in the final 3, but seems to be in a must-win situation as both Taylor and Monty still appear to plan to take each other to the final 2. Now, he has won against Taylor. Monty also won against Taylor, so now he just needs to beat Monty. The problem is he hasn't really studied much, so his chances of winning the final 3 HOH still seem pretty slim at this point. Granted, he started studying a little bit this morning or yesterday, so... he's got that going for him. And that's kind of Turner's game, right? That's where things stand for Turner right now. So here are my thoughts on Turner in Big Brother 24. Turner's kind of a fascinating player to study, right? Because from an outside perspective, his game has been a roller coaster. His stock watch rating has the most variance of all the final three players, right? Taylor and Monty pretty solidly are like from the 5 to 7 range the whole game. Turner is like down to 3, all the way up to an 8. Like he's all over the place. Very high variance in the stock watch rating. He's gone from very low lows to very high highs, both in the game, on the stock watch, and his position in the game, and also in how the audience perceives him. When he came into the game, the audience was like, this guy sucks. This guy's the worst. Then they were like, oh, this guy's the best. Look at him. He's hero Turner. To then, Turner sucks. Why'd he turn on Joseph? This guy is annoying. What is he doing? He wants Taylor out after being told about the Kyle stuff? This guy sucks. It's all over the place. Up and down, in the game, outside of the game, and through all of it, Turner is perhaps the most consistent presence in the whole game. He walked in wanting to chill with his bros and follow their lead, and never deviated from that strategy once. The game has changed around him as he did the same thing week after week. Some weeks this led to disaster, and some weeks it meant he was crushing it and a fan favorite. You know, we talk a lot about adaptability in Big Brother. Turner is the complete opposite of adaptable. And there can be value in that, but only if you know how to take advantage of it. Despite being incredibly consistent, many people in the house found him to be erratic and described him as a wild card, which is wild because of how consistent he is. Kyle was one of the only people that saw through this and recognized how valuable Turner could be. And once Kyle left, Monty picked up those reins. He's now stuck in a situation where he could be drawing dead with the jury through a lack of jury management and a lack of having his own direction in the game. Allowing others to run his game has led him down a path where, unsurprisingly, he has played right into other people's hands. That doesn't mean he's without his strengths, however. He is a solid competitor. He's got a surprisingly good social game when he actually cares about the person he's talking to. And with a little more confidence and self-direction, I really think he could be a good player. And if he wins this game, it's likely due to this natural charisma and his willingness to stand up for what he believes is right when it comes to things outside of the game. And that's Turner's game. That's Turner's game through Big Brother 24. That's how I see it. And that's where things stand for Turner